And welcome back to another Fresh Cast, where if you've got something to say, you better say it with your chest. On today's episode, we have got some very special guests, some very famous actors, by the way. We are joined on the show by Tristan and Jace. Welcome to the show, guys.
Well, thanks for having us.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Today, we talk to Aotearoa's talent to get them to share about all the theatrics and all the drama that goes on with being an actor. How has the acting space been? Like, everybody's auditioning for these roles. Is it hard to kind of get work?
I definitely felt when I finished drama school, there wasn't as much opportunities. Like, you kind of had to make your own work. But these days, with more people coming through drama school, film studies, all that sort of stuff, I think there's definitely more opportunities.
There is work, but I just don't know where the work was.
Yeah.
You know, it's about finding who you need to know to get the work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still finding those people.
Always. And, in terms of like finding work, is it always good to for those who are up and coming actors and actresses to kind of get representation and help you get a bit more work? I'm talking about like agencies or agents and that.
I think if you want to get training, definitely get training. But also there are people who, are quite proactive with social media and the online world. Like, you can actually learn a lot of stuff online. It's a matter of just finding your own people, connecting with other groups that are also doing the same thing, and just sort of learning and growing and, getting along to see more shows and things like that.
And it's about just having the desire or like the passion to jump on and actually willing to do it. That's the difference with us.
How cool is it to see our Pacifica talent on the big screen? Like, I'm talking Hollywood-wise, It
shows me that there's no limit for us. Me thinking growing up, Shortland Street, once you get on Shortland Street, that's the one, that's the go. But after being on Shortland Street, I'm like, what more? What more,
What would you guys like to see a little bit more on the big screen in terms of like storytelling?
I would like to hear more from sort of the more minority Pacifica stories, like something from Tuvalu, Kiribati. Not to say there's nothing wrong with Samoan stories. I have Samoan heritage, my Samoan
the Rock, you got the Rock, right? That's enough.
But you just don't want to be lumped into, people looking at all Pacifica, the stories and the people are the same, but there's different shades of Pacifica experiences.
Just want to see something different.
Just, also like a deeper version of what we go through is, because obviously there's only surface level what we get to see on in the Hollywood scene, and then trying to get a little more deeper.
And I guess I think also that we have more control over our stories. The more of our own people having more control on what we put out there.
That's the one, man.
Great.
I know. Something that I guess a lot of actors have to struggle to get through the grind, and in terms of reaching that stardom or whatever they're trying to achieve. How are you guys staying afloat in terms of waiting for the next gig to come up?
It's not cheap being an actor. It's not cheap. So there's always doing some side hustles on the side. When I'm not performing or if I don't have any gigs, I work still in the industry. For example, like, I'm not doing shows, so I just help with background stage. Stage managing or help set the venue. Things like that.
There's always something to do. Right?
There's always something. It's a big industry. You just gotta tap in, and if it's time to shine, time to shine.
I always say that too, man. When it's your time, just sit on the side and clap for whoever's doing it. What's that thing for you, when you're, acting? Like, is it a thing of like being able to step out and be somebody else for a change, or is it like, what is that thing for you there?
I think it is a bit of that, like, exploring. I think it's just exploring different sides of yourself and like what you can or can't do. And then my dad wanted me to be a doctor. I can be an actor because then I can play doctor roles. I want to be prime minister. All these cool things.
Do you feel like our parents as the older generation are kind of getting a bit more open to us being Pacific creative?
Like recently my parents like, Tina, I love that film. And I'm like, maybe that'll be me, trying to like bridge my way through. But like, it's not easy. When I first tried to like persuade my parents, like, I'm gonna go do performing, I'm gonna do acting. And they're like, no, go work in the factories, the family needs
some money,
Telling stories is your passion and you're a Pacifica person. We got really proud stories and heritage. And then the stories in your own family and even your own story. And I think they're important to tell.
Advice for the parents having kids as an artist, I would say be patient. Listen to them. Being a performing artist is not easy. Keep fueling the fire within your kids, and one day they'll be like The Rock.
Yeah, that's the worst part, is that you didn't believe in them, and then they turned into The Rock, and then Latest. And that is a picture wrap on today's Talanoa. Always believe in your talent because the magic is right here in the Pacific. And scene!